Get free tech advice for your business from O2 Gurus. Search O2 Business for more. Hey guys, welcome to BTech. It's Basil here, comparing two phones with 5.2-inch Full HD displays and relatively similar specs in a lot of areas. This is the Sony Xperia Z3 Plus and this is the Huawei-made Honor 7. The Honor 7 is newly announced, really great, £250 price point, and that gets you a lot of phone. The Sony Xperia Z3 Plus definitely doesn't cost £250. It's a flagship with a flagship price around £500 odd or thereabouts. We reviewed it recently. It isn't perfect. It does have a few issues when it comes to temperature management, but how does it stack up against Huawei's latest? Well, you can see from the front, they're a pretty similar size design-wise. You've got that 5.2-inch display and a similar amount of bezel. It's really got to be said. The Sony Xperia Z3 Plus is a much more elegant phone. It's a fair bit slimmer and the in-hand feel is just better. It's got those curved sides. I really like it, but it is a much more expensive phone as well. There are a few other key differentiators. The first is the fact that the Huawei isn't waterproof. The Sony Xperia Z3 Plus is waterproof. The Sony Xperia Z3 Plus, however, doesn't have a fingerprint scanner as the Honor Plus does around the back, and it's a very good fingerprint scanner. It'll actually fire up the Honor 7 in a jitter, as you can see. It's also gesture centric, so I can pull down the notifications tray with the fingerprint scanner. If you want to see more on exactly how that works, check out our hands-on video. You've also got a quick launch button to the left, which will fire up applications that you set really quickly too. So a really nice set of features, physical features that make it a really differentiated phone. Otherwise, two very comparable phones. You've got cameras around the back, USB ports for charging, both exposed. You do have front-facing stereo speakers on the Xperia Z3 Plus though, so it will be better for audio. Anyone who likes to play YouTube clips to friends and stuff like that. As far as the screens go, they're really comparable on paper. IPS panels with full HD resolution at 5.2 inches, so that's 424 pixels per inch. If I was to whack up the brightness on both, just to see how they compare with one another, then we can show you. They both kind of throw the camera off, which suggests that both have similar levels of brightness. If we drop that slightly, we can then go on to talk about the general experience compared to other phones on the market. And it's going to be sharper than an iPhone, sharper than an iPhone 6 Plus, but less sharp than the Quad HD phones, like the Samsung Galaxy S6, S6 Edge, and the LG G4. As far as inside goes, it's Android. Sony's Android versus Huawei's Android. Huawei's Android is called Emotion UI. It takes a lot of cues from iOS, pull down for universal search, no applications tray, etc. But there are a few cool things that have been added on this one. You can reverse pinch for a hidden applications tray. And in addition to that, obviously, like I said, you have that interaction with the fingerprint sensor. As for Sony's UI, it's very easy to theme, very easy to skin, just like Huawei's, but it's a lot cleaner and feels a lot more like stock Android, given the fact you do indeed have that two-tier pull-down bar and of course that applications tray as well. Multimedia-wise, you've got a 5-megapixel front camera on the Sony Xperia Z3 Plus versus an 8-megapixel front camera on the Honor 7. Reverse, you've got a 20.7-megapixel sensor versus a 20-megapixel sensor, both made by Sony, but the Honor 7 has a newer Sony sensor, so it'll be really interesting to see how they stack up against each other. Has to be said, while we've used the Honor 7 camera a little bit, we haven't used it loads, so I can't tell you exactly how they compare. But as far as shooting modes go, the areas that Sony will win out, you can shoot 4K video, so that's a nice high resolution video, perfect for people who like to edit their video afterwards. As for the Honor 7, you can do cool stuff like take time-lapse videos, but more to the point, take slow shutter speed videos, so get blurry kind of motion shots, etc. Perfect for silky water and light trails. As far as gaming goes, both of these should absolutely nail it. Octa-core processor, 64-bit architecture, 3 GB of RAM. It's a Snapdragon 810 versus a Kirin 935 on board. Both of these are going to be capable of up to Cat 6 LTE here in the UK. And in addition to that, they've both got pretty fair battery capacities. You've got around a 2,900 odd milliamp battery in the Xperia Z3 Plus, but you have a fairly sizable 3,100 milliamp battery in the Honor 7. Again, mind-blowing for that price point of just £250. What's even better is that both of these support fast charge as well. Ultimately, I think you can tell by the tone of my voice, I'm super impressed by what Huawei and Honor has done, bringing pretty much like-for-like specs, save for the waterproofing and a few other things, to a price point that is so low. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you did, then click that like button. If you like BTech in general, subscribe. That's exactly how you're going to stay on top of everything we do. Thanks for watching. Holly's also a female, which is awesome because it adds something new to this channel, a female perspective on this, the Huawei Honor 7. New flagship type device from Honor. Just had a hands-on with it today. Starting off with the design. What do you think, Holly?
I mean, it's pretty standard. It doesn't look massively dissimilar to the Honor 6 Plus.
Except for the fact it's all metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, same kind of design language.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's quite recognisable as an Honor device. I think the finish on the back is quite nice. The sandblasted.
Yeah. So this is a 5.2 inch full HD display, metal body, but it has the same kind of flat sides that Honor 6 had before, like Holly was saying. It feels quite good for the price. So this is a £250 smartphone.